Hi everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. So through my time on Etsy, I have grown my own store to multiple six figures with Etsy and print on demand. And if you are new to my channel, my name is Heather. I am an Etsy and print on demand online coach and also owner of a top 1% Etsy and print on demand store. And now I teach others on how they can do that too. Besides that, one of the questions that I have gotten from a lot of previous students, I've gotten it on YouTube and also in my print on demand friends Facebook group. If you haven't joined that already, definitely be sure to join in the links in the description below. You guys have asked me and I wanted to make a whole video on this subject, which is, should I create a niche specific store or should I create a general store? Now, before we get too far into this video, I wanted to go over what a niche is. And if you guys haven't seen my other video called The 3 Most Profitable Niches, be sure to check that out after this video. But to give you guys a definition of what niche is, niches are, according to the Oxford Dictionary, denoting products, services, or interests that appeal to a small specialized section of the population. And yes, I was reading that off of Google right now. So this is essentially, as an example, a specific category that you will see that people shop for on Etsy, such as the mom niche, the military niche, the father gift niche. These are all different types of niches, such as maybe camping, fishing, hiking. There's so many different niches that you can design for on Etsy and create items and products for. So that's what's really important when you are starting to create your first store, especially with print on demand, because there's so many different items you can create with print on demand. And to be quite honest, you don't have to stick to one product type. You don't have to stick to one niche. So in this video, I'm going to go over what my thoughts are on having a niche specific store versus a general store. And to break down what a niche specific store is, that would be, as an example, is just a bridal clothing store or just a bridal gift store. And one of the best examples I can give is Mod Party on Etsy. This is one of the top ranked stores on Etsy for bridal items and gifts. They sell a multitude of items such as robes, bridesmaids proposal baskets, they sell t-shirts, sweatshirts. There's just everything across the board for bridal items and gifts. This is just one example of a niche specific store. There's plenty of other niche specific stores on Etsy, and I have seen many shop owners create multiple different types of niche specific stores. General stores are where you sell multiple various niches in one specific store. So for example, if you're selling t-shirts, you can sell bridal t-shirts, you can sell bridal sweatshirts, you can sell military sweatshirts, you can sell dad and Father's Day gifts, and basically anything under the sun, because this is a general store, so you can sell any type of niche and any type of product in this. Guys, I just want to give a shout out to my amazing editor, Mary. I talk to Mary throughout my videos about my edits and things like that, and Mary is probably the best editor I have ever came across, and lucky enough that she edits all my videos and is so quick, so amazing. And shout out to Mary, because Mary is magical with her editing in these videos. So now that you know the difference between a general and niche specific store, the real question you may have now is, Heather, what in the world do I do? Do I do a general store? Do I do a niche specific store? What should I do? And in my opinion, I believe that general stores are a really great way to start off on Etsy and test different markets and niches. And if you really do want to get niche specific, you can start with a specific niche. But in my time on Etsy, I've seen general stores do just as well as the niche specific stores. So I really don't think there's a huge downside to having a general store, and that's what I have on my Etsy store. I sell various different product types and different types of niches in one store alone, and that's how I generate a consistent income throughout the year, because certain niches sell better during certain times of the year. So by me just having one store in specific, this allows me to generate consistent traffic and, again, consistent sales. So that's why I recommend doing the general general store route for a print-on-demand business. With that being said, one thing that you want to consider is you want to ask yourself 2 questions in deciding if you want to do a niche specific store versus a general store. The first question you want to ask yourself is, do you plan on selling multiple product types? The second question is, what type of niches are you looking to focus on? And generally speaking, when you first start out, you could write down 5 to 10 niches that you are interested in designing for and start creating your idea of your future store through that alone. So with that being said, if you're creating your first Etsy store and maybe you are looking to sell specific product types, let's say you're trying to sell digital products and physical products. Now, this is where I would not mix the two to have a general store. I would separate a digital product store from a physical product store. And one of the main reasons for that is because in your reviews, a lot of customers will look into your reviews and they may get a little bit confused when you're selling digital products and physical products and they don't see any reviews, let's say for a t-shirt you're selling, but they see a bunch of reviews for a digital planner that you're selling. So this is where it can get a little bit confusing for the customer and could send away some potential buyers. So that's the other subject I wanted to touch on, is you really want to think about your customer's journey when you are creating all of the products for your store. The customer journey is the most important thing to consider, and the customer journey looks a little bit like this. And while every customer is different, this is the type of process they go through to find your item and decide if they want to purchase it. The first thing that the customer will do is, of course, they perform a search on Etsy, and let's say they find your listing and click on it. After they click into your listing on Etsy, they will scroll through a bunch of pictures on your Etsy account and they will see exactly what colors they like, maybe a specific design that they like better, and they will maybe select it in the drop down of the listing. So generally at this point, the customer may look at the size chart, they may try to figure out what size they are, and then on top of that, this is where they may look at your reviews. And this is a really important step in the process of converting a customer. That's why the reviews are so important when you're a new store on Etsy, is that's what builds the relationship and the trust in your customer to buy from your store. So a lot of the times, once they decide on a size and a color that they like, they will really look at your reviews as well and consider, okay, is the price equivalent to the reviews that this specific item is getting? And if you don't have any reviews and maybe the customer stumbles across your digital products that you're selling in your store, they may say, well, this person isn't known for selling physical items, so is this person trustworthy? Is this store trustworthy? And sometimes that's some thoughts that cross a customer's mind in their journey of purchasing from an Etsy store. Now, again, I'm not saying this is every single customer, but a good majority of customers, if they do not see any reviews related to the listing type and the type of item that you are selling, will cause some customers to kind of be a little bit confused and may decide that, hey, I don't see any real reviews for this specific product type. Maybe another store will have something and something more trustworthy of me to buy. Of course, in their heads, they aren't saying maybe they have something more trustworthy, but it is a thought that goes through a lot of people's heads, is this person doesn't have any reviews on this item, so how do I know if it is good quality? Generally, a lot of the times you may get favorites from this issue if maybe you have this type of store right now and you're kind of confused why people aren't buying, but they're buying your digital products. And it's really important to maybe go through your reviews and see maybe people are really reviewing the digital products, but they're not reviewing your physical items. And that's why I suggest splitting the two and having a digital product store and a physical product store. So if you have a print-on-demand store, I would keep that to a general print-on-demand store with multiple niches in it. And along with that, with digital items as well, you can have multiple niches in a digital product store. So for example, if you want to do wedding invite templates as one product and maybe business card templates, there's just so many other types of templates that you can create. There's digital planners you can put into a digital product store. But I think just sticking to digital versus physical really is a big difference in if you're going to really see those sales over time. Guys, I don't want to make a bold statement and say that you won't get sales merging the two, but in my personal experience and things I've seen with some of my prior student stores who weren't getting sales, when I suggested for them to split up the two, they started seeing more sales and more consistent sales over time. So that's just through my experience, and I still think you could get sales with them together. But again, maybe it might be worth your while to split the two from, again, the physical products and the digital products. At the end of this video, does having a niche store versus a general store really matter in the grand scheme of creating a Etsy and print-on-demand store that's going to scale to potentially 5 or 6 figures? The answer is no. And here's why. I think a lot of new people in the Etsy and print-on-demand world really overanalyze and overthink these types of details. And honestly, when you first start out as a new Etsy store, I think it's really a lot of trial and error. And it's all about trying different types of products, trying different types of designs. And you have found that through your own research. And by research, I mean you can use sites just like Everbee, which is a really great site to use to test the market and see what items are selling every month. Everbee is a really great tool to see what bestsellers and what things people actually want to buy. And while you shouldn't copy a store directly, you can at least get an idea of what the market is in high demand for on Etsy. And that's why I like using tools like Everbee, because I think they really go far in giving you that market research without having to trial multiple items that just won't sell over time. And once you find that design and that product and maybe a niche that you really are seeing sales with, that's when you'll really get into your groove of designing and crafting a store that will grow to a high revenue standpoint. And that's something that I really teach in my Print on Demand Academy. If anyone is interested in that, I will put it in the links in the description below. Print on Demand Academy is a 60+ training video master course where I go over how to research niches effectively, how to create items for specific niches, how to create best-selling designs. And then on top of that, I go over so much more outside of just product creation and development and market research. And that's why I made this course comprised just to help those of you who really need that step-by-step walkthrough on how to grow a high revenue Etsy and print-on-demand store. So with that being said, if that doesn't interest you and you're completely new to Etsy and print-on-demand, definitely check out my free Etsy and print-on-demand crash course. Again, link in the description. But besides that, guys, I've seen Etsy store owners who have 10+ niche specific stores and they do great. And then I have seen Etsy stores that have a general multiple niche and product store and they do great as well. I think having multiple stores at the end of the day specifically focused on multiple niches can become a lot after a while, because you have to check in on every single store just about every day if they all end up doing well, as opposed to a general store where you can check in just once on one account and make sure that your messages are answered and your order issues are okay. But besides that, it's ultimately up to you on what is best for your Etsy store and how you would like to grow it in the long run. Besides that, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, comment down below with any questions and any suggestions for next videos. This was a suggested question that I made into a video, so don't forget to comment down below on anything else that you want to know as far as Etsy and print on demand goes. I'll see you guys in my next video. And this is one example. Sorry, cut that last part. I am failing today. I am failing. Sorry, cancel that last part. That was out. That was rough. Without having to people to the Etsy and print on demand world focus very. That is a 60+ module course. That is a 60+ training video course where I